Hello everyone, this is going to be your all signs astrology and tarot reading for the month of February 2025. This is a psychic or intuitive reading that I do get downloads and messages from my guides as we go through the reading. The decks that we're going to be using will be the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, and then we're also going to be using the Aquarian Tarot, and then we're also going to be pulling a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, as well as the Lots of Love, Lots of Answers, and lots of Proverbs. Before we get into the tarot portion, let's do a brief overview of the astrology for the month. And I want to start out by wishing all the Aquarius and Pisces born in February a very happy birthday. On the 4th, starting on the 4th, we're going to have Jupiter going direct. It's been retrograding since 4 months, since October. So this is going to get luck, prosperity, abundance, things moving. You're going to see things moving, publishing, learning, schooling. So a lot of things are going to start moving forward. On that very same day or thereabouts, depending on your location, Venus is going to move from Pisces into Aries too. So again, things are starting to move more quickly. On the 12th, we're going to have the full moon in Leo, 24 degrees of Leo, and this is going to be where things come to culmination. Sometimes the full moon can correspond to the same sign, a new moon. In other words, this could correspond to intentions that you set all the way back in August of last year. You may start to finally see some results and see things really blossoming and blooming. On the 18th, the sun moves from Aquarius into the sign of Pisces, and we're going to have a lot of Pisces energy. On the 23rd, we're going to have Mars goes direct. It's been retrograde since December, and it's going to be going direct at 17 degrees of Cancer. So this Mars retrograde can lead to a lot of frustration and pent-up, kind of anger and bubbling things. So this could be an outlet, or you feel things really moving forward at this time. Towards the end of the month, on the 27th, we're going to have a new moon in Pisces, and that's going to be at 9 degrees of Pisces 41. So new moon in Pisces sets your intention for your creative, your spiritual work, these types of things. Big announcement, I am opening up for the Aries Ingress reading of 2025. This is going to be an interesting one, and it will also include a look at the first 2 eclipses. We will be having 2 eclipses early in the year, in March also, the same time as the Aries Ingress. We will have one on March 14th and March 29th. So while I won't run charts for everything, we'll run the chart for your chart and for the Ingress chart, but we'll also we will note that, the eclipses. Those will be noted and discussed as well. So it's different because we're going to have this nodal change too, which will also be discussed. The Aries Ingress is a powerful time because it is the astrological new year, not January 1st. This is when the new year actually starts in astrology. So it's definitely turning a corner and doing a new beginning. And I even have a painting class if you want to do some kind of outward expression. It's a really fun class. You can find the links for that below. I'm starting it in February because it will only be available for February and March, and I like to get a jump on it because it's always, again, one of the popular readings, and I don't want to get really bogged down at the end of, the end of March, getting too bogged down. So if you're planning on ordering, you may want to order now if you want. Other thing that's going on, if you enjoy my content, I do have a weekly Patreon reading that I do, and it's just a quick weekly astrology and tarot reading for all signs as well. It's a gift, and it's not like you're paying for the reading necessarily. It's about, your Patreon is about being a patron to me. Like, I create these decks and different things. So, and the videos that you're watching now on my channel. So Patreon is more about paying a price for a set of videos. It's about contributing, and then my gift in return is the extra videos that you do get on Patreon. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the readings. We're going to move these aside, and we're going to start with the sign of Aries. They will be timestamped, but you can also scrub through. The sign that's being read will be displayed here on the bottom right. All right, Aries, well, Venus is moving into your sign on the 4th, so that's going to be really cool. Venus in your sign gives you that attraction factor. It gives you that, it rules love and money, so it's both things. So it will give you the energy of attraction. People will be attracted to you. You could attract money. You could attract love. You could be more loving. And it's just a really positive vibe and a nice thing to have in your sign. The first 3 cards, I'm going to turn off this brighter light. It's going to get dark for a second, but hopefully the camera will adjust. The first 3 cards you have is the Fool, The Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. What was I just talking about? You know, the love thing. All right. And by the way, my guides often will come through with music. I may break, if you're new here, I may break into song. So that's just my guide's way of communicating with me. But let's see what else is in store for Aries for the month of February. 3 more cards for our Aries, Sun, Rising, Moon. Got the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups twice. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, I just heard in the spring, our thoughts turn to love. Well, it's not quite spring yet, but it's just around the corner. You know, another thing here, I don't know if this is a worldwide thing, but definitely in the United States, February 14th, of course, is Valentine's Day. So that's often why maybe some people's thoughts may turn to love at this time. I love that the Ace of Cups is in here twice. You know, this is this new beginning in love. This is this new beginning in creativity. All things in the realm of Venus moving into your sign. It makes perfect sense with the astrology. Creative ideas. Page of Cups, communing with spirit, getting those messages and downloads, communing with the muse, getting those ideas in your head. This happens to me all the time. If I get stuck with something, and especially now I'm doing the illustrations for the book that I'm working on, and sometimes I get stuck and I'm just like, I just don't know how to illustrate this, and I'll just ask the universe to show me. They even showed me the back of my last deck that I did, which I still haven't released, will be coming out sometime this year. But I'll just ask. If I can't, I'll like show it to me, and then I close my eyes and I'll see it. Another thing that this can be, the Page of Cups is often the soul of a child. So if some people have been wanting to conceive, or maybe somebody close to you has been trying to conceive, this could be the soul of the child coming in and planting into that womb. The Fool is here. The Fool is not foolish. The Fool is very much akin to you. I always associate the Fool with Aries sign because it's 0. It's the first card of the major arcana. You're the first card of the zodiac. It's that trailblazing spirit. It's going down those new pathways, opening up to those new pathways. And this is definitely going to be a thing. You've got not only the Fool, which is the new beginning, but you've got 2 aces, new beginnings. Wheel of Fortune. That's so beautiful. If some of you are looking for love, you could really align with, you know, a fate. You have a date with destiny, as they say, or really be aligning with a major love thing. Maybe that love thing is a child, or a niece or nephew, or a grandchild, or somebody. The soul of this child coming through. 2 of Pentacles is here, so there could be a little bit of juggling back and forth with the money and finance, but I do feel like it's going to be okay. Whatever you're starting now, it's only the beginning. Only the beginning of what I want to feel forever. Hey, yeah. I was thinking only the beginning of maybe some creative project, but it's probably, you know, whatever you want to feel. There's going to be this burst of like love energy, kind of a love bomb thing going on. So maybe, you know, this is only the beginning of what you want to feel forever. All right, let me scoot these over a little bit because I want to make room for your animal totem card. This is going to be your animal totem for the month of February. I think I got it. The lion. Well, I just heard the lion roars. So whatever that means to you. But when I see that lion card, the first thing I think of is Leo. So some of you may be dealing with a Leo, but also, what did I say earlier? On the 12th, we will be having that full moon in Leo over here. So the 12th could be super significant for you in this month. A turning point, my guides are saying. Could be definitely a turning point for many Aries. And Leo energy is that heart chakra, is that love energy. Okay, majestic, generous, fierce, and proud, courageous king of the beasts. Sublime leadership inspires loyalty. Delegate authority, then bask in the sun. Yeah, so this is going to be a month of having a lot of enjoyment, a lot of fun, a lot of creativity, and perhaps, you know, love if you're looking for it. If you're looking for love to call your own. Somebody get up in the morning. Let's get you lots of love, Aries. Let's see here. Beautiful. Oh, wow. You're getting such a great reading. Well, beautiful. Yeah. I'm hearing that Cornell song. Call me a dog. Okay. When it's my turn to throw the next stone, and I'll call you beautiful if I call it all. So, look to the beautiful side. The line of that song is, it's somebody that's in a nasty, my turn to throw the next stone. If you've been embroiled into some kind of a back and forth argument, set the tone. Set the tone of beauty, peace, love. I'll call you beautiful. if I call at all. Because maybe I'll just be on my merry way. You know, maybe I'll just be going down another path here. Okay, next one. Lots of, I just lost my ring in there. Oh no. It says not now. Yeah, not now. I don't want to lose my ring. I brought up my little heart jewelry in honor of Valentine's Day. This one's just a little bit loose. Okay, there, I got it back. So not now. There could be a delay, but something's beginning. The seed is being planted for sure. Probably, I would say, next month when the Aries Ingress rolls around. That's that special reading that I'm offering. Lastly, lots of proverb for Aries. This ring keeps falling off. It says pause. Yeah, it says pause, but I'm going to put the ring over here because it just keeps falling off. Pause, but get those spiritual downloads and be ready for this next step, this next turn of the wheel that's about to happen. We were all stepping into this big turn of the wheel as the sun moves into your sign next month, okay? All right, Aries, well, thanks so much for tuning in. You're going to have a beautiful, beautiful month with the Ace of Cups and also with all this beautiful love energy everywhere, the sign of Venus moving into your sign. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and next we're going to move on to, I got to find a place to put that. There we go. We're going to move on to the sign of Taurus. Hello, Taurus, and thanks so much for tuning in and joining in the reading here. This is going to be for your sun, rising, and moon. This is for the month of February of 2025. Let's see what the Rock and Roll Tarot has to say for our Taurus from 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 piles. Let's see what we get here. Knight of Rods, fire energy. Page of Swords, air energy. Two of Rods, partnerships. Let's get the next 3 cards, and then we'll dive in a little deeper. We're going to pull from the Aquarian Tarot. Happy Valentine's Day to all you Tauruses out there, if you partake in that. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. We've got the Ace of Rods, new beginnings. Oops, these are coming apart here. 9 of Rods. And last one. Wish card, 9 of Cups, beautiful. Well, your wish is coming true this month, Taurus, so I'm not sure what you're wishing for. It's going to be different for everybody, of course, but there's definitely some good stuff popping. Dun tells me I'm in for something good. Dun. So yeah, you're in for something good. You got the Ace and the 2 of Rods right in order, so the thing that you're planting, the seed that you're planting, the new beginning that you're planting now, it's going to progress. And it's a good plan. When you have the 2 of Rods, this is always that it's a good plan. It's viable. It's doable. This is also very much a card of partnerships. And we're looking over here at this potential partner in the Knight of Rods. Or I was going to say Knight of Fire. Knight of Rods or Knight of Fire or Knight of Wands sometimes called too. So this is fire energy. This is somebody who's a get up and go, let's get moving, let's do things. Get you, sometimes Taurus, you can be a little slow moving. So this is somebody who's lighting that spark under you, and let's get, getting things rolling, bringing that fiery energy, that get up and go they keep saying. Well, the other thing that it is, because sometimes I will use the court cards as timer, we're going to have a full moon in Leo, which is a fire sign, on the 12th. So this could be talking about something around that time frame of the 12th with the full moon in Leo. The other thing is, we do have this Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is an air sign energy. And it's an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It's news coming, or communication, communicating with this fire sign energy. This could be talking about the time of air. Well, we're starting out the month with being in the sign of air, Aquarius, until we get to the 18th. So at the time of the Leo full moon, the sun will be an air sign. So that even confirms that a little further. Or it could just say, you're talking all through the first few weeks, and then when we get to, or a couple of weeks, then when we get to the Leo thing, we're meeting, we're going to meet up, or we're going to start the project, we're going to plant the seeds. It looks like you do have some little bit of trepidation with the 9 of Rods. This is a different kind of 9 of Rods. I like to use different decks and then use them. Read the imagery on these decks. I don't want to just translate it back to the Rider Smith deck. So this one, look at his face. It doesn't look like, on the traditional tarot, the 9 of Rods is very kind of standoffish and angry and like, get away from me, or I'm guarding my stuff kind of energy. They kind of look like Oh, wow, that really looks great, but I don't think I could. They look a little down the dumps or a little forlorn, my guys are saying. They're a little bit forlorn. So, you know, they're kind of like, well, that seems great, and they're so fiery. Yeah, they can do it, but I don't know if I can. Like a little bit of feeling like an outsider, or feeling like this is beyond the realm of possibility for you. But the wish card is confirming that this is not, whatever this is, it is not beyond the realm of possibility for you. In fact, it is highly possible, and it is highly possible to commence and begin in this month of February. Also with the 1-2 energy, it could be like maybe you were trying to start it in January. Now that we're in the second month of February, it's moving along and it's progressing. So you're starting to see the progress that you're wanting. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, I almost skipped the animal totem. Sometimes I do forget, and if I ever do, I'm sorry. It's not intentional. But let's get one for, we got to get our Taurus animal totem for the month of February. Taurus sun, rising, moon, animal totem. The goat. Well, the goat likes to be successful. The goat likes the view from the top of the mountain the best. I just heard top of the heap. And that's what the goal is striving for. The goat is striving for goals, towards goals. You can make a lot of progress that way. Here's another thing. The goat can also represent Capricorn, of course. So it could even be something that you started back in January in the time of Capricorn. So that would have been early January, between the 1st and like the 19th or 20th, somewhere around there. Like the first few weeks of January, this could be, now you're starting to move up that mountain. When I saw this, I saw that... I recently watched again The Price is Right, the nighttime version. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, probably. I just happened to be on the TV where I was at. And they had that, I remember that game, and I'm hearing the yodel, yodel, and they have, I don't know if it's a goat or is it a mountain climber. He's walking up the mountain, but that's what I just flashed on for this for you. So maybe somebody out there is actually going to go on The Price is Right and play that game, but it's climbing the mountain, I think, is the more, you know, for the masses. I'm just trying to find my other glasses because these glasses, I can't read these little cards too well. Okay, here, let's put these glasses on. There we go. Oh, much better. Okay, now I can see. Independent, ambitious, rugged, curious, unfaltering perseverance and determination, climbing to new heights, top of the heap, overcoming obstacles, success after hard work. Yeah, that wish card is confirming that there definitely could be some major success coming your way this month, Taurus. Okay, let's go ahead and get that lots of love for the Taurus's encounter. Okay. I see that I did it wrong for Aries, but I'm not going to go back, but I pulled 2 lots of love instead of the other way around. I wonder if some of them are mixed in the wrong bag. But anyways, encounter. So you're going to encounter somebody. Now here's the thing, too, another thing that I didn't, that encounter kind of puts like a little bit of a lovey-dovey, lovey-dovey sexy time vibe on it, right? So Ace of Rods definitely can be that. It can be that spark of romance because it is kind of like a phallic symbol. It's totally, not kind of, it totally is a phallic symbol. Okay, let's go ahead and see here. It says, indeed. I brought this up last month. Somebody had Indeed, which of course is a big yes. But if you're searching for a job, I found out over the holidays, some of my relatives were talking about Indeed as a website that you can find jobs on, and they post jobs on. So if some of you may find a job through that website. I mean, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm not getting any kind of kickback from Indeed. I just happen to hear about it over the holidays. Some of my relatives were talking about it. Okay, lastly, what is the lots of proverb for Taurus? It says, what goes up must come down. Yeah, I would feel, though, the opposite is also true, right? What goes down must come back up again. And that's what I kept feeling like, going up the hill and going up. Even this, this version of the wish card, if you notice, it kind of goes up and meets in this apex. You know, there's this like, and these mountains in the background of the thing, there's this, that peak, getting to that peak. But again, It is only the beginning. Only the beginning. I said that song for the last, for Aries, I think. All right, Taurus, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon. And if you want to get in on the Aries Ingress reading, it's very powerful. New beginning for everybody. Be available for a limited time. You can head over to my website. That's the only way to get a hold of me is through my website. I will not be messaging you on social media ever. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Thanks so much for tuning in for your February reading. Something that could be very impactful in the astrology over here for Gemini friends is the fact that Jupiter's going direct on the 4th, and Jupiter's in your sign. So this Jupiter in your sign thing also is only a once every 12 years occurrence. And it brings that luck, good fortune, and all this stuff. Now, it's been retrograding since October. So if you, more than probably a lot of the other signs where you felt stalls, delays, etc., you may feel things finally starting to move forward, finally starting to speed up and, move forward and work in your favor is what I'm hearing. I'm doing this sort of backwards, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, this one wants to stay, so this will be your card. This one also is wanting to come, so I'm going to give you an extra. Okay, bottom row, you've got the 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and 4 of Cups. Now for your top row for Gemini. Yeah, so if you've been feeling stalled and delayed, you could really get a big boost this month, Gemini. Things are going to start really moving forward, and you're going to reap the benefit. You only have a few more months. I think it's June or July till Jupiter moves out of your sign and we'll be back for 12 years. So this could be a really powerful month for getting a lot that you're wanting and having that good luck and good fortune. These 2 cards fell out. It was the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, and then we'll take the top card. The 9 of Pentacles. Nice money card there. Excuse me. Well, you're one or the other, or whatever, whoever you identify with here, but the Swords people are you. They're the air sign people. They're the Aquarius, the Geminis, or the Libras. So if you're looking for a partnership, who is the natural partner to the Queen of Swords? The King of Swords. Who is the natural partner to the King of Swords? The Queen of Swords. Regardless of gender or anything. I'm just talking in general, kind of scenarios here. So definitely a strong for partnership. Working as a team, my guides are saying. This says shrew and this says sharp, but this SH sound, SH. It could be like shh, What am I hearing? Quiet. Big boys don't cry. Be quiet. Big guys don't cry. What is that? I'm not alone, so don't forget it. It's just a silly phase I'm going through. Ba-ba-da-da-da. That's not a, he doesn't say I'm not alone. What is he saying? I'm not in love. Oh, I'm not in love. Oh, it's been fun. Well, Nave, so maybe you're not in love with this person. I don't know why that song came through. But when I saw that SH thing, I felt like it's going to be some name that you're going to deal with. Like maybe their name is, even if it's a last name, but like Shania, I don't know. Or Shirley, or, Sharon, or, an SH name. There isn't very many male SH names that I can think of off the top of my head, but I get the feeling for somebody that's going to be a thing. Or maybe if you're looking for a company, that SH could be in the title of the company's name, or looking for a job or to work with somebody. Because it sure looks like you're going to be having some nice money stuff going on. You're coming out of this 2 of Pentacles where there may have been a little bit of back and forth, robbing Peter to pay Paul, stormy, turbulent waters around finances, to 9 of Pentacles, pure flourishing, really nice, good vibes for the money energy. But the 9 of Pentacles also is often an entrepreneur. It's often somebody who works independently, has their own business, perhaps an entrepreneur. But it would seem like you're working in a team. Or if you do freelance or contract work, this could be you connecting with this person who's offering you this gig, But looks like a very prosperous month. Here's another case of them going in order. We got 2 to the 3 of Pentacles. So coming out of this turbulent water and moving into rebuilding. You're rebuilding something. And this card in particular, it really looks like he's unveiling though, doesn't it? So maybe you guys have been really working on, maybe you've had 2 projects going on here, and you're ready to unveil it. You're ready to unveil it. It's interesting too, we've got 2, 3, 4. but then a 6. We skipped the 5, but you know, that's kind of interesting too. Like, it tells me that things are moving in order. Now, this was that extra card that, well, actually, this was the extra card, but this 4 of Cups, somebody's making you an offer. Now, this can be an offer from an actual person. It could be, hey, I've got this opportunity. Do you want to come and work for me? Or do you want to, you know, I can get you into this business opportunity, or let's work together, or whatever it might be. But it can also be an offer from Spirit. If you can, sometimes Gemini, your minds can get a little busy. I know, I understand. You know, Gemini's minds are always going. You're the thinkers of the zodiac. So this could be a little bit of slowing that down a little bit, getting into that time of receptivity, of listening for opportunities in the outer world, the real world, of course, or whatever, the perceived real world, the one we're living in, this earth paradigm here, or you know, listening to your own inner guidance. There's definitely a big transition happening here. We're coming out of the turbulent waters. We are moving into the smoother sailing. Some of you may be going and attending some kind of a conference I'm picking up. If there's some kind of big conference going on where you could network or something like that, or maybe it's just for fun, just something like you're just into it. Somebody's going, is Comic-Con in February? I feel like somebody's going to something like Comic-Con or something like that. But it might be, who knows? Maybe it's the Home and Flowers show if you're a landscaper. Maybe it's, the big psychic fairs that they have. The New Age Expo, whatever it's called. It's, so it could be a lot of different things, or some kind of trade show. There's your thing. The pig, abundant out the wazoo, baby. Yeah, so I do feel that maybe somebody's going to Hawaii, I felt too, at this one, because they have the pig is such a prominent thing there with the luau's and the pig and everything. But your card is pig. But anyways, if you're going for fun, you could make a business contact. But don't go there with that necessarily in your mind if it is a fun thing. Because if you're so focused and seeking, a lot of times you can't find it. Sometimes if you go somewhere for fun, then your energy lightens up and you're more open and receptive for things to come in, right? Okay, so you do have the pig, and this is a great card. It's very, very abundant. It's interesting. It's right by this Knight of Pentacles. So there's some kind of very prosperous opportunity on the table here. Tenacious, steadfast, bold, interdependent, or independent. Bringer of luck, prosperity, and wealth. Independent is a key. It's the top word on this card. And independent. When I created these cards, I put the top word as the one that I think could summarize the card, is the most, not important, but the most, the one that's the most, you could use it as the top keyword, in other words. So independence on there, independence on here. Bringer of luck, prosperity, and wealth. That's Jupiter. You've got that Jupiter in your sign. Feast and gratitude and celebration. Prolific creation, a time of great fertility. Yeah, really good time. So if you've been in a little bit of a funk, this could have even been maybe because of the Jupiter, being retrograde in your sign. I feel like really, Jupiter going forward is really going to help out a lot of Geminis. Really get things back, getting back in action there, baby. All right, let's get your lots of love for Gemini. It says frenemy. Yeah, well, beware of frenemies. I would not say that this person up here is anybody you're dealing with, is a frenemy. I feel like this person definitely has an opportunity for you. Maybe you're reluctant because you've had frenemy issues in the past, but this isn't it, I don't think. Of course, it can't be true for everybody. Use your own discernment. Okay, let's get your lots of answers. It says unknown. Well, this, it's interesting that it falls under this card, under the Six of Swords, because they really are kind of traveling off in the unknown. They're not for sure where they're going. This card is more about what you're leaving, what you don't want anymore. And you're going to make a move forward. You're not sure what the future holds, but you're going to do it anyway. You're going to put yourself out there. Okay, and last but not least, let's get our lots of proverb. This says, get out while the getting's good. And isn't that interesting? I said, this is what you're leaving, and it's telling you to get out while the getting's good. Yeah, some of you, if you've been in a pressure situation, you're going to be moving into more independence. That's clear. That's shown up in a couple places. Also, you're going to have that wonderful luck and abundance of the energy of Jupiter to help you along the way and help get you on to this next leg of your journey. Jupiter also is the sign of travel. So it could be like that. And it's also, not the sign, the planet. And it's also the planet of enlightenment, higher knowledge. So that could definitely be for many people as well. All right, Geminis, well, good. It's going to be a great, lucky, good month for you, and a lucky next few months for you with the Jupiter in your sign. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon, and if you'd like to get in on that Aries Ingress reading, we will dive into the Aries Ingress as well as the spring eclipses. So it's kind of a two for one. And without further ado, let's move on to the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancers, and thanks for tuning in for your February of 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This is going to be kind of a big month for you because Mars in your sign of Cancer has been retrograding since early December, and it's finally going to start moving forward. So you're also another one who could really feel a boost of energy moving forward, a lifting of frustration. Because sometimes Mars retrograde can be like you're beating your head against the wall. You want to go, 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 and you can't. So now it's open. The gates are open. It reminds me of a horse at the gate, you know. They open it, they're like ready to go, and they open the gates, and then choom, you know, they just take off running. So that could be you're off and running, off to the races, the guides are saying, yeah. Your first card for February is the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Three of Rods, and then the Ten of Wands. Okay. For our bottom row, we're going to shuffle our Aquarian tarot and take a look at some more insights for Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon. What is going on for Cancer, Sun, Rising, and Moon? Ooh. Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Six of Swords. That was out in the last reading. Some of you are going to be moving. You may be moving back to your ancestral home. You may be moving back to, well, maybe not back anywhere. You just might be moving to a nicer home, a new castle. Now, this is a man, and I've never thought of it as anything other than a male energy. And this card, this Four of Pentacles. But when I looked at these two together initially, let me get it in focus. Doesn't it look like that's the same person? So that's what that could also, well, it could be like maybe there's a kid in the family that looks just like their father or mother or somebody. It also could be this is you when you were young and now you're grown, you know. This is your family home and now you're grown, or your grandparents or something like that. Or for some people, I'm getting the American dream, which is, you know, a really it brings up a lot of energy right now with a lot of the things that are going on. But the American dream, you know, maybe your parents came here and they said someday, you know, we'll live in the house on the hill up here, and then here you are, and you're actually doing it. You know, you're fulfilling this ancestral American dream, you know, from your forebears or something. The Four of Pentacles too, it looks like, you know, you could have just been socking money away, you know. You could have just been socking that money away, saving up, and now you're finally going to have that home that you've been dreaming of. Many of you are going to be moving on. This time of suffering is over. You're entering into a time of abundance, because you also have this Three of Rods crowning the reading. The Three of Rods is your ships are coming in. You're getting that reward after, you know, a long time of hard work and suffering. The Ten of Rods, in a traditional tarot and a lot of the decks, you can see that he's just about there. Even though he's been carrying this heavy load all for miles, many miles down this road for a long period of time. You've been working, but he's still working. He's still carrying that load, but he's almost there. He's going to make it. For the first time, he's like, I'm going to make it. I can see my goals in sight. This one is also another card of, I can see my goal. It's within reach. I can see it out on the horizon. So your goals, and they're looking off, off at their goals too. Your what you've been striving for, what you've been working for, it's within reach. We've got this earth sign energy here. So this is a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo. This could be a partner for many. This could be the Pentacle. Maybe you're involved with them in a financial way. Maybe they're the real estate agent. Maybe they're selling the house. Maybe this is your boss at work that gives you a raise, and puts you a little bit closer to that goal. Virgo is really standing out to me on this, so they might be a Virgo. Or it could be something that you've been saving all the way back to Virgo time, which would have been last year in September. Again, now this was retrograding since early December in Sagittarius time. But this feels very much like it corresponds with this Ten of Rods and this, you know, you feel like you've been working, you've been held back, you're not making the progress. 23rd, here goes Mars direct, and bam, you're off, you know, off to the races is what they keep saying. All right, let me jump over and let's get our animal totem for our Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon for the month of February of 2025. And happy Valentine's Day to all you who celebrate. The Seagull. The Seagull is about being in two worlds at once. They're on the edge. Well, they're actually three worlds. They're of land, of air, and of water. So you're of water. There's of earth or land. So there might be some air energy coming in. Well, we're going to be in the sign of Aquarius air until we get up to the 18th. So it could be like that, but it's straddling, it's change, you know, it's the borderlands, you know, and this is a borderland thing, you know, he's going from one thing to the next. Joyous seafarer calling from the sky, edging on this world and another, coming from a higher perspective, riding the currents of life. Yeah, it feels like you're kind of getting over that, like even this curve thing, like you're kind of riding that current. And if you watch birds who ride the current, especially like shorebirds down at the, you know, I go to the lake a lot, and you know they're moving up and down, but they're holding steady. They hold steady. They work with the energy that's presented with them, and it may lift them up, it may lift them down, but they don't panic. They just ride those waves and ride those currents. That's going to be a big thing this year. I wanted to say, so it could be for the year, but also for sure for this month. Okay. All right, Cancer, well, let's dig in and get your animal totem. It says childish. Well, somebody could be childish. That's funny, though. That's the first thing that grabbed me was that little kid and the connection there. So it's going to be different for everybody, but there's definitely something about children or maybe your own childhood. I'm picking that up pretty strong for this reading. Okay, let's go next to our lots of answers. We have unlikely. So something is unlikely, but that's okay. You're moving out of it. Maybe you're going to finally have that realization that this is unlikely, but I'm going to go in this other direction. And the minute you do, you're going to start to see these results. Last but not least, lots of Proverbs. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Well, that's talking about the second part of that parable is, oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. So that's talking about let's be on the up and up. Let's clear the air. Let's do things above board and in the right here. Because that means, you know, once you tell a lie, then you're always telling that. You always have to catch yourself and do your little, you know, remember what you said the last time and try to cover your tracks or whatever, stuff like that. So this is a big month. Let's be clear. Let's go towards the clear skies. Let's not get involved in any kind of shady dealings, or just be above board. Some of you, it's like maybe don't try to lie if you're trying to buy a house or move in somewhere. That might come back to bite you in the butt. You know, sometimes we might stretch the truth a little bit, you know. Or like for somebody, it's like don't sneak in extra pets or something. For somebody out there, I saw that. This looked like a bird. Maybe it's no pets allowed, but you have a bird or a cat or something. Don't get into that, you know, that tangled web. But for others, it could be even more complicated and clandestine. It's going to be different for everybody. But overall, big leaps forward for what you've been working for a while. Perhaps you and a partner. And real estate and moving could definitely be involved. All right, Cancer as well. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check your rising and moon. Remember, you are Love and Beauty Incarnate. If you want to check out the Aries Ingress reading, head over to my website. That's the only way that it's available. Not through any social media messaging. Those are liars, okay? All right, next. Leo. Well, you're going to have your full moon this month, Leo. That's pretty big news. That's occurring on the 12th. It's going to be the full moon at 24 degrees of Leo. That's exactly on my natal Mars. The full moon is the culmination. You know, it could be something that your intentions that you set all the way back at your solar return around your birthday. This could be it coming to fruition. It also is a point of major awareness, okay? The full moon makes us aware, it illuminates, it shines a light on things. Things that were hidden could be discovered and shown to you. So it's going to be a very powerful time frame here. Somebody's going to find out something about their lover, and I don't know that it's necessarily a good thing. But that's not going to be for everybody. Hopefully it's going to be good news for you. Let's go ahead and cut 3 piles for the top row from the Rock and Roll Tarot for Leo for February of 2025. 5 of Rods, a little bit of conflict perhaps. The lovers, with your lovers, perhaps. Last card is the Ace of Rods, but you make up. Ace of Rods, you're going to make up. Or you're going to move on and find somebody else. Oh, this one stayed behind, so we're going to leave it there. That too, that thing is just wanting to come out today. I think it's been out in almost everybody's reading. But we're going to get you another shuffle and get 2 more cards here. We have the 3 of Pentacles. That was in the same spot, maybe in the last reading. And the 4 of Pentacles. Wow. So we got 2, 3, 4. We actually, if you go through just numerically, we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So things are moving in order, but of the Pentacles suit, we got the 2, 3, and 4, all 3 in a row. So things are moving. If there has been some tightness with money, things are moving along. If some of you, maybe you're at the end of your rope in a relationship. Some of you may be. Some of you may be, and it may. I mean, the Lovers is here, so it could be your love relationship, but it could also be any kind of somebody else, friendship, whatever. You've been arguing, you've been fighting, you're at the end of the road. Maybe part of your hesitation of moving on is if it's a 2-income household and you're going to have to go back to 1, it's just like, oh, well then I'm going to have to pay all the bills, and that's not as easy. And then, but this is saying it'll work out. You'll progress from there. It's going to inspire you, and it's going to get you going and get you moving into the next phase. You're going to build something new, and you're going to have your financial security if that's a concern. For others of you, maybe you've been in a rough spot in your relationship and you're going to start together. Ace of Rods with the Lovers definitely feels like a new beginning in love relationships. So it could be, for some it could be completely new. Like, I'm done with fighting with whoever all the time. I'm going to find something new, and maybe you do with the Lovers card. You probably do. But for others, maybe it's going to smooth out. Maybe you've been arguing with your partner because you are having some money issues, but then things start to pick up, and you say, we're going to stay together. We're going to have a new beginning in an existing relationship. Whatever the case, things are moving forward. The full moon, whatever you're facing, whatever you're potentially up against or facing, or you might perhaps having difficulty in, the full moon very much can give you that illumination. It can shine that light on you. It can give you that illumination of what your next step should be, because you're definitely starting down a new path, but things are progressing right along. Ace 2, 3, 4, 5. One's bing, 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 bing. Things are lining up. Things are moving along as you'd hope. They are all low cards. The Lovers is 6. We could do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Things are moving in progression, but they are all low cards. So you're at the beginning of a cycle. The full moon is going to light your way. Think back to the intentions that you did set around your birthday time, because this very much is tied into what's happening now. So maybe you set an intention, and it just is, you figured by now it hasn't worked out yet. It's just not going to work out. I'm going to go down another path. I'm going to try something else. Okay, let's take a look at the lots of love for Leo. Join. Let me put I forgot the animal totem. I'll put it here. We won't forget it. Join. Yeah, joining in, meeting new people, joining into life. Some of you, I feel, were isolated because of a partnership, and now you're getting back out and seeing your friends again, or finding new groups of friends, which Leos, you're real good at that. Okay, next, lots of answers. It says unsure. That's just a piece of fuzz from the pouch. And then lastly, what is the proverb for Leo for February? It says, it's never too late to be what you might have been. And that is correct. Ace of Rods. You can start new today. You don't have to stay stuck in any bogus situations here. It's never too late to be who you might have been. So don't be like, well, Leos, you're not one to really get into that too much. But, you know, maybe you're feeling a little bit. Maybe that full moon is like, man, I wish I should be farther along in my life, or, you know, things like that. But no, don't let it get you down. You can start new tomorrow, today. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. Yeah, that's my guides, all right. They're coming through with that song, but that is a good one. I forget what that's from. Is it from The Wizard of Oz? I'm not sure. If anybody knows, you can leave it in the comments. If you do leave it in the comments, put for the Leo reading, because I won't know what you're talking about. If you're just putting random, because we're doing all 12 signs. It all gets mishmashed into my brain. I don't remember specifically what I said for any particular sign, or much of the reading at all. Anyway, usually, once I've said it and it's out there, it's gone from my brain. In one side and out the other. In my crown chakra, out my mouth, and off it goes. Okay. Animal totem for Leo for February. The possum. Possum is like hangman in the traditional tarot. It is a card about pausing and you know, thinking things through before you make any big drastic moves. It's a very spiritual card. The possum is a very spiritual card. Okay. Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions. Pause, create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private. Know when to assert yourself and when to play dead. Well, both could be true. The asserting and playing dead, both could be true. So asserting yourself, it looks like this is the month. I wouldn't be surprised if it's around the full moon. But honestly, the full moon is not the best time to initiate things. But I feel like that's when you're going to have this enlightenment for many. Okay? The full moon is going to give you some enlightenment. And then, you know, a little while after that, different for everyone, of course, but then you're going to, I just heard stake your claim. Somebody's going to stake their claim. I'm seeing it like planting that flag. Remember that movie, what was it, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, where they're in Ireland, they come from Ireland, and he's putting the flag down. That's the way they showed it to me, like that. So staking your claim, maybe on a piece of land, maybe some of you are going to build a property. I could see that. This card could be a card of building. But maybe you're staking your claim on your partner. That's mine. Whatever, you know, whatever. It's different for everybody. If that's how, you know, if that's how you roll, then stake your claim, baby. All right, so hey, Leos, thanks so much for tuning in. Take some time on that full moon. I mean, this is powerful. You get the one new moon, you get the one full moon per year. So when it comes in your sign, or even if you're rising or moon, it's a powerful time. Take a few minutes to kind of tune in, feel what's going on, contemplate, think about going back to the time of your birthday and what did you want to manifest. If you want to get into the Aries Ingress reading, you can only access me through all my readings and everything through my website. Until next time, and now we're going to move on to the sign of Virgo. Hello Virgo, this is going to be your reading for February of 2025. This is for Virgo, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody with prominent Virgo in their astrology chart. Let's take a look at what's going on for Virgos. The first three cards we have is the Six of Cups, followed by the Three of Rods, and then we have the Strength card. Next we're going to do three more cards from the Aquarian Tarot. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody who celebrates out there. And we're going to do three more cards for Virgo, Sun, Rising, Moon. What do we got? We've got one, the King of Swords. Secondly, we have the High Priestess. And thirdly, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so there's some people showing up. It's going to be a people kind of month. Well, it's interesting, especially if you are Virgo rising, that you are going to have a lot of stuff moving into your 7th house of partnerships. So partnerships and other people could very much be something that's, you know, pretty prominent or happening right now. First card out, Six of Cups. This often has to do with some reconciliation from the past. So some of these people that are showing down below, you could be running into somebody from the past. Sometimes it's an old love affair, could be for some people, but other times it's just rekindling an old friendship or something like that. Six of Cups also has to do with children. So for many of you, this could have something to do with your children. Maybe you're going to be getting together with them. Maybe they're going to be coming. I'm not sure if spring break is in February. But I felt for some people like a kid's going to be coming home for school to visit or something like that, who's like away at college or something. Okay, Three of Rods, your ships are coming in. So some of these people are going to be allies or assets to you, it would seem. They're going to be helpful to you. They're going to, strength is here, so let's have strength and have patience. But if you also notice, there is a lion on the strength card, and I often will associate it with Leo. And on the 12th, we will be having that full moon in Leo. So this could be, the ships are coming in around that 12th of the full moon in Leo, a big turning point. Perhaps even between the 8th and the 12th. The other thing is, this full moon in Leo, like I said at the onset of the reading, a lot of times this has to do with something that started in the time of Leo. But when we had the new moon in Leo back in August, now it's come to culmination in the 8th month of August, right? So let's take a look at the people. First we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords could be an air sign person, an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra. And then we have the Queen of Cups, who could be a water sign person, a Scorpio, a Cancer, and a Pisces. It's interesting that we have air and water because during the month of February we will be moving from the air sign of Aquarius into the water sign of Pisces. So it's definitely talking in this time frame. It may even be signifying that whatever this is all about here, this bottom part, is happening right at that transitionary time, around the 18th, give or take, where we are moving from the air sign into the water sign. But these could also all be just actual people. In the center we have a High Priestess, which is a major arcana card, so it's a higher force representation here, but it's a feminine energy too. But the High Priestess is also, and usually has a veil on, and she also, this transitionary time thing, she also can represent that in-between time, that where things are not quite, we're transitioning from one phase to the next phase. The High Priestess is also, though, definitely a big feminine icon. It does seem like, for some, this could be the go-between, because it almost looks like, she's got the flower, she's trying to maybe make peace with him. I'm getting that for some people, like she's trying to make peace with him. So maybe she's even the go-between. Maybe this is a mother, a grandmother, or even maybe for some cases, maybe this is even like a marriage counselor, a therapist, or somebody like that. But it almost feels like she's like wanting to talk to you on behalf of the Queen of Cups here, or talk to this person on behalf of the Queen of Cups. And she's coming at it with a softer emotional an emotional aspect. The other thing with this whole divine feminine and everything, the sign of Cancer, which is a water sign, and also is, we've got the Mars going direct in the sign of Cancer. So that's still only a few days away from this time frame in here. This feels to be really strong time frame for you, Virgo. The 18th, again, give or take a few days either way. It feels like a lot of things, they're talking about mending fences. So many of you may be mending fences. In some cases, the King of Swords can be a legal lawyer or somebody like that, okay? So it may be some kind of legal things that are involved, but, it's going to be different for everyone, of course. Let's go ahead and get an animal totem for our Virgo friends. The spider. Oh, what a web we weave. Yeah. Well, spider energy is very much similar to the Wheel of Fortune in the traditional tarot. And it's about fate and timing. It's also about language, because the spider was the original alphabet to the Tree of Life. The runic alphabet came through the spider, taught the Odin the alphabet, and it begot language and writing, okay? Weaver of fate, creator of life, patient builder of sacred geometry, transcending time and space, all are joined in the wheel of life. Yeah, so all are joined. This could be everybody coming back together, but it also just talks about fate and destiny, and it can also refer to like karmic relationships. The spider with the strength card too, there's another thing. It's I made a video about this one time. I was watching a spider on my front porch, orb weaver. If I can remember, I'll try to throw it up there. But you can, if you really want to see it, you can search the video. But the gist of it is, the spider isn't like the ant or the squirrel, always running around, always doing stuff. You kind of can have that tendency a little bit, Virgo. You like to keep busy. You're kind of busy. The spider creates their web, and then they wait. And they trust in the universe. They know they'll be provided for. They know that they'll be fed, and they'll be nurtured, and they'll be taken care of. They're not chasing it. You know, they're waiting for it. They're attracting it. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get the lots of love. Marriage. Oh, so some of you, this could be a marriage. Maybe you're reconciling with the marriage. Maybe some of you are running into an ex-love and going to run off and elope on Valentine's Day or something, right? Next we have the lots of answers. It says, clearly. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Yeah. All right, let's get the last one, which would be the lots of proverb. I'll make a quick noise. And the proverb is, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Yeah, that's like, don't keep striving for, look around and appreciate what you have. Because maybe what you have already is just what you needed. Be grateful for what you have instead of always be striving for two in the bush in this unforeseen, you know, something off in the future that's not there. What do you have right in your hand? When I said that, I saw like who's holding your hand, you know, who's there to hold your hand right here and right now. Look, she's even got her hand extending out. There's the hand extending out. You know, so extending that hand out. Somebody's making a peace offering. I mean, in some cases you may not want to accept the priest offering. It's funny I said priest offering. Because the high priestess is kind of, you know, along those lines too. She's a holy divine figure. The priest offering. Well, for some of you that may be an actual thing. Maybe you are dealing with a priest for whatever reason. You know, who knows. Or maybe you're grappling with religion. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be different. But I did accidentally, you know, say priest offering. So keep that in mind. But I was saying peace. I was trying to say peace offering. But it does feel like there's one on the table. And it feels like the timing is right. And this is from divine timing. Okay? Well, Virgos, thanks for stopping by and checking out the reading. Don't forget to check your rising and moon for further insights. If you want to get onto your head reading, only through my website. Has everything that I offer. I will not be messaging you on social media. That's just not me. Or it's just, you know, they're frauds. All right, Libra, let's move next on to the sign of Libra. Hey, Libra, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be your reading for the month of February. I'm going to have to, the deck's starting to curve a little. I want to get it, I'll turn it back over. But I want to kind of shuffle it this way to get it, counteract the other. Got to get things in balance for our Libras. We can't have it bent too much the one way. Yes, that's straighter now. Okay. And I'll give a quick shuffle like this. What is up for our Libras for the month of February of 2025 for Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon? Well, that just dropped out like that, didn't it? It did. Five of Swords. Next we have Justice. That's your card, actually. And then finally, the Page of Pentacles. Money. News coming about money. Maybe signing a contract. Let's get over and shuffle our second deck, which is going to be the Aquarian Tarot for Libra, Sun, Rising, Moon. What is happening for our Libras in the month of February? Libra, Sun, Rising, and Moon. We've got three cards, starting with Five of Swords twice. Wow, look at that. Followed by Seven of Pentacles. And then finally, the Chariot. I almost thought it was Justice again, but it's the Chariot. Okay, well, somebody, you're at a dead end. There's a stalemate. There's something that's not going to be resolved. If they didn't say it once, they said it twice. You know, this is saying no. I am not budging. This situation is not going to change. This is like beating the head against the brick wall. So we don't want to spend too much time doing that, hopefully. Some of you, it could be a situation where you know you're right and you may take legal action. You may say, you know, if we can't resolve this on our own, then I'm going to take you to court. You know, that could be. And it looks like that whatever this justice is, whether it's taking somebody to court or maybe signing of some contract or something, there does seem to be going in your favor, that you're receiving money from it. So if you're arguing about money, for some, maybe you're in a dead-end job and you're just like, this job is going nowhere, I'm going to look for something else. And you may get that, you know, contract work, or there may be a new job on the horizon or a new source of income that will require maybe signing legal paperwork and whatever the case. Chariot is another card that is very much a high success card. It is actually the highest success card in the entire deck. Chariot is victory, triumph. Whatever this is here, this part over here, it's like there's two sections to this reading, okay? Could do this and this. That's what it feels like. Like this is before and this is after, okay? Before justice, after justice. So there's definitely something, excuse me, there's something that is a sticky situation. They're giving me a song. It's such a situation, sister kid, know where you've been. Oh, I can bring you pain, I can bring you sudden pleasure. Well, it's some kind of a situation here. You got a situation. Maybe it's, what do they call that? The situationship. Maybe it's a relationship. But this just tells us clearly, you cannot go, there's no, this is the end of the road for something here. It's the end of the road. Money is a concern, but the money will be there. It's time to end this and restore justice, or restore the scales of justice, the balance, which is your actual astrological symbol, Libra. Get things back into balance, get things back into harmony. So, and you will be really successful. This is holding you down. This is clipping your wings so you can't soar. With the Chariot, you're going to soar. Chariot can also be, by the way, travel. So there could be something involving the travel, but for more strongly, I get the whole thing of, see, because almost look at the sword even. Well, here, let's look at all the swords in this reading. So this is down here, we're crossed, and he's got his sword up, like he's ready to do it, whatever it takes. Same here. Swords are in the ground, he's ready. He's got that sword ready, he's ready to strike if needed. But then, when we look at the Justice card, the sword is up in the air, like victory. And then with the Chariot, I can put my sword down because there's nothing I have to defend myself against anymore. There's nothing I have to fight against or fight off. I'm not fighting anymore. I'm more at peace. You know, the way his sword is, he's put his sword back in its, whatever they call that, the thing that they hold the swords with. I keep wanting to say chafe or something, but I may be incorrect on that. But anyways, let's go ahead and get your animal totem for Libra for February. The ant. The ant is about really working hard. It's also very much about a community setting. You know, the ants are not independent contractors. The ants are part of the team, being a team player. And working in harmony. So if you've been in a bad situation, you're going to find a group perhaps that you can work in harmony with. Working tirelessly for the good of all, connecting with community and knowing our place in it. You can move mountains and make miracles happen. Yeah, that whole thing of moving mountains and make miracles happen, I feel like that's really aligned too with the whole Chariot card too, because the Chariot is also a symbol of the phoenix rising from the ashes. So this is the ashes, right? And the phoenix, you're on to the next thing here. Okay, let's go ahead and get your lots of love for Libra. Rebel. Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess. Hot tramp, I love you so. Okay, but maybe you're going to rebel against the status quo that you've been maybe stuck in for a little while, all right? Next, lots of answers. Negative. Type O negative, saying this ain't going to change. It's time for you to move on to the next thing, right? All right, finally, the lots of proverb for Libra. It says, all's well that ends well. Well, isn't that the truth? this is something's come to an end. You know, the other thing is we're winding down with the eclipses. It'll be next month. It won't be an eclipse in your sign, but it'll be an eclipse in your axis, the Libra Aries axis, the final eclipse of the Libra Aries axis. So here's Libra, you, and the Libra Aries axis. That's where we've been having all these eclipses here, right? It won't be in your sign. We've already had the last eclipse in your sign last year, but it's still in your axis in early March. So there is this big chapter coming to an end. There is this big completion coming to an end for many Libras. And if you feel like you're at a dead end and you need to break away, this just might be the month to do it. Even if you have to, in some cases, there may be legal action taken. But in other cases, the justice might just be, hey, your next job, they're wanting you to sign these papers. And, you know, it feels exciting and like a fresh start. It feels actually really good, Libra, okay? All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, don't forget to check your rising and moon. And if you want to get in on the limited Aries Ingress reading, which will also look at the eclipses, that also is this year's reading where I'm going to combine it with, it's like a twofer. 2 for 1, well 3 for 1 really, because you're going to get both the eclipses of March and the other one. But anyways, anything to do with me, if you want to get my readings or whatever I have, please do head over to my website. Do not be fooled by these imposters that are so all over the place. No social media messaging. That's not me. All right, next, let's look at the sign of Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. This is going to be the reading for Scorpio's sun, rising, moon. For the month of February of 2024, let's get you, oh, I have the wrong deck. That's not the wrong deck, but it's the bottom deck. We'll use it first, though. No problem. 4 of Pentacles. Boy, has that card been out a lot. Ace of, not Ace of anything, it's Magician. Ace of the Major Arcana. Ooh, and the beautiful star card. I love the star card on this. I always want to get this on a t-shirt or something. Isn't it gorgeous? This is the star card from the Aquarian Tarot. It's a peacock, I think. Let me... So getting in focus. There we go. Okay, so 2 major arcana and some money cards showing up. Let's get 3 more cards. Happy Valentine's Day to all you Scorps if you celebrate Valentine's Day. Hope you have a great one. Let's get 3 cards for our... This one flips. There's a couple. So 2 or 3. There's 2. 2 flipped backwards. So we'll take those 2 and we'll take the top one. 4 rods. Alright, so some of you have been kind of stuck in a loop. It almost seems sort of similar to the Libra reading. So some of you may have Libra rising or whatever planets in Libra and Scorpio. But here's what we got. Because this Hangman is about being paused. And it is a time, it does talk about, when you get the Hangman, it's like, let's not fight it. Let's just go with the flow. This is a natural time to pause. Let's rest. Let's recoup. Let's go over things, etc., etc. And but there's been this struggle, and maybe you've just been not sure what to do about it, or it's just been seeming like, well, I'm just not going to be able to resolve this, and it feels like it's been ongoing for quite some time. Well, things are about to change this month. It could be Scorpio. We got a lot of things moving directly. Mars is your ancient ruler on the 23rd, and that's going to be moving direct. That's been retrograde since December. But some of these other ones, like Jupiter's been retrograde since October. So things are moving forward for everybody. But for you, you got the Magician. Now, in this particular deck, he's not holding his wand up, but to me, that's a key thing for the Magician. He holds his staff up because he's ready to go full steam ahead. He's not, this is not going to be a thing. The Magician takes care of that. My guide said, lickety-split. So that's going to be taken care of, lickety-split. And not only this is, the Magician is very much in the 3D reality. He's very much boots on the ground, physical reality. He's got all the physical things right there on his table. And then you've got the energy of the beautiful star energy also. And the star is, you know, the spirit guides, the angels, the beautiful blessings. They're also working with you. So as above, so below. Heaven and earth, you could even think of it as. 4 rods is here, so some of you, I mean, maybe that is sometimes considered a romantic card. It's also the 1111 card aligned with the star. So that's even further emphasizing this powerful spiritual presence this month. But also the 4 of Rods can be a romance card, living together, things like this. But the 4 of Rods is often moving to a new home. If you've been wanting to buy or sell a home or move or something, this could be the month when things finally start get rolling here. Maybe finances have been a concern, but there seems to be a solution in the Magician. The Magician doesn't take no for an answer. He's not, there's nothing the Magician can't accomplish. The Magician can make magic happen, but also the Magician has all the tools in the earthly plane. It's not that clear on this deck as well, but he's got all 4 suits. He's got the sword, the pentacle, the rod, and the cup. So he has everything at his disposal. There's nothing he can't accomplish. There's no obstacles in his way anymore. So if you've been waiting a long time, I think with these planets moving forward, and the help of your spirit guides and angels, and the help of your own tenacity, because the Magician definitely is tenacity, all right? He's definitely a go-getter. Your own tenacity, your own boots on the ground, your own can-do attitude, my guides just said, that things are going to start moving forward, and maybe surrounding something having to do with your home, or buying or selling a home, or place of residence, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for our Scorpios for the month of February of 2024. You got the lamb, or the sheep, I should say. Well, the sheep is very gentle, very different energy from the Magician, but very similar to the star. Very quiet, peaceful, Gemini. Funny, I just said Gemini randomly. I don't even know why I said that. So maybe something to do with Gemini. Maybe by the time we get to Gemini, if you're trying to fix up a house or move, by the time we get to Gemini in May, so it's March, April, May, you may be able to do it. But what I get about it, it's like maybe you've been living in a situation where there's a lot of chaos and noise and things like that, and now you're going to be able to move to this peaceful place with a little bit more out in land, out in the open, not so crowded, or, you know, not so much other people always at you. You know, where you have space to breathe, in other words. Lamb of God, take away the sins of the world. Sacrifice, vulnerability, innocence, humility, stillness, peace, quiet, pastoral life. Prophetic dreams uncover ancient knowledge. Yeah, prophetic dreams could totally be very much happening with the star energy. Your spirit guides are absolutely here trying to communicate with you. And you know, Scorpios, you're so tuned into that kind of stuff anyway. I mean, you're always, Scorpios are the most psychic of all the signs, and Pisces too. And that's another factor as we move into Pisces. There's going to be a big lineups in Pisces. We have the node there and a whole bunch of planets, Neptune, Saturn, you know, and all the personal planets are going to be going through there. So that is very much that time of, you know, and the Hangman can be that as well. You know, getting those psychic downloads, getting those spiritual messages, feeling our guides around us, listening to their guidance, being aware of their presence. Okay. Victim. Well, victim no more. This is a card of victim. Instead of struggling and saying, why can't, instead of trying to change the outer world, this is a card of changing the inner world, and then you can change, to go back into the outer world as a magician and forge this new pathway, right? Okay, what's going to be our lots of answers? It's cloudy. I always got to say cloudy with the chance of meatballs. I don't know why I got to say that. Okay, last lot for Scorpios for February. Lots of proverb. It says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You know, for some of you, this might be a fixer-upper. That's what came to me right away. I would love to get a fixer-upper. Because I look around these houses, and a lot of them have these really high-end finishes that aren't to my liking. Or even more so, you know there's these flippers, because they paint everything gray. First thing, let's paint the walls gray. And put up that stuff that doesn't match the stone countertops. The glass tiles, it's too busy. And so that they do that, and whatever. Oh, the brown carpeting in all the bedrooms. The tan, brown, indoor, outdoor looking carpeting. So slap that together, and here we're going to hike the price up $100 grand. Where, you know, I could see the potential, you know. So it could be like that. There could be a place that is kind of beat up, or, you know, needs some work or whatever, but the bones are there. It's got good bones, or it's got the floor plan that you basically want, you know. And you'll see that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You'll see beyond. It's beautiful to you, even though it might look sort of shabby. It might look a little tattered and shabby to other people. You know, you see the beauty in it. And it might not be the house. It could be you see the beauty in a lot of things. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We all are attracted to different things. That's the beauty of life, you know. Not everybody, there's not a one consensus. I mean, like, there kind of is. There is kind of this one consensus in our society of what we all want. But really, if we tune into our spiritual path, we all are meant to go on different paths. And that's why so many people reach that top of the mountain and they're just like, is that all there is? You know, they find out that really wasn't for them after all, that they got sucked into. The magician is about putting that energy into steering your own path too. So definitely, I mean, I don't think I have to tell Scorpio that. You guys are pretty much, you pretty much are, you know, do what you want to do. But anyways, looks like a great month, Scorpio. Hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day in the month of February. If you want the Aries Ingress, check it out. Everything only to my website, please. Don't listen to these people on social media. It's not me. Okay, Sagittarius, you're up next. All right, Saggies, let's take a look here. Well, you know, nothing really in your sign, but what's interesting for you and can be impactful for you is Jupiter is your ruling planet, okay? And the sign of Jupiter, I mean the planet, I keep calling it the sign of Jupiter. The planet of Jupiter is moving direct after it's been retrograde all the way since October. So it's 4 months, you know, it's quite a long time. So if you've been really stalled or not able to get things, this came out, we're going to take it, and then we're going to cut for the next two. If you've been stalled also and feeling like things can't, aren't moving forward as much as you like, you can really see an uptick in action and things moving forward. And it's in the sign of Gemini in your opposite sign, so a lot of times that'll have to do with partnerships and other people and dealing with other people and partnerships. But it also could have to do with writing, if you're writing a book or you're writing a blog or you want to doing, you know, you're doing video, you're writing something, some kind of communication project that you're doing, or you have to write a resume, or you have to write a dissertation. You know, this would all be conducive for that and make that go better for you, flow. It would flow better, okay? Bottom row, we've got the King of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords, and then finally the Five of Swords, okay? All right, let's take a look here. So there's some offers on the table. Things are coming through in water energy, so that's going to be by the time we move into Pisces. We'll be moving into the sign of Pisces after the 18th, but we're also going to have the new moon. I'm really drawn for you on this one to that new moon in Pisces on the 27th. I get the feeling that's going to be really powerful. Now, from an astrological standpoint, the Pisces energy is a square to Sagittarius, and sometimes considered not the greatest. So here's Sagittarius, right, straight down, there's Pisces, square. So squares can be friction and whatever, but squares make things happen. I feel like that's what we're looking at here, this Five of Swords, because there is an aspect of your life that you can go no further with. I feel like you really are trying to push things. You want to go in this direction, you want to go in this direction. And for some, maybe it's more about somebody else. Maybe you want to move for this person, or maybe this person has said, advised you, you know, oh, this is the way you go. Maybe this is even a parent or grandparent says, well, you've got to become a lawyer, or you've got to become this, and you've been trying to go, but you're just really not getting there. It's just not really, it's because it's not a fit for you. It doesn't quite fit. That's what the guides are saying. Well, you could have some big breakthroughs here as we move into the Pisces season, and you could get the download of the direction that you really are meant to go in, especially with that Jupiter going direct in your sign too. That could definitely help you to align with your true soul's calling. It's interesting here too, we've got the Judgment card, the card of karma. I always look at what the horn points to, right? Points down to this. So this is some karmic cycle that has come to completion. You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to do what they say. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for them. You don't have to try to prove yourself to them. You don't necessarily have to try to make them proud, you know. You got to do you, because each of us has this individual soul path, and this is being presented to you now. Well, it's being shown to you by not being able to bust through this thing. This is that pounding the head against the brick wall thing. That's what this is. So this isn't going anywhere. Stop putting energy into things that aren't going anywhere. It's futile, okay? For some, too, I want to say that this is somebody out there, at least one person, maybe more, but there's somebody out there who has passed on to the other side, like a father, grandfather, and they're going to be reborn. They're going to be coming into, their soul is going to come back into incarnation. They're getting ready to, okay? So that's exciting for some people. Or there could be a pregnancy or something coming up. A soul of a child wanting to incarnate into your fold, whether it's you or your family member or whoever. Strength is have strength and have patience. Sometimes it takes a while for it to really sink in, or for these things to come to completion or to come to full circle. It's not always as fast as you would want it. And especially I feel like some of you are getting impatient, perhaps, because of that Jupiter being in retrograde so long, that, you know, you've been wanting. But really, some of you, it's time to give that up and head in a different direction. Don't keep pounding your head against a brick wall. And you may have a spirit guide there that's definitely trying to help you. Or maybe they want to release you from the karmic thing. If they were somebody in your life that laid that on you, well, you got to be a lawyer, or we all did this, and, you know, make me proud, all that. I keep hearing make me proud. So there's definitely people out, some Sages out there, who are operating under that influence of trying to make somebody proud. And it feels like, for many cases, they're not even around anymore. But it's just so ingrained into your brain, ingrained in the brain, something in the membrane. What's that? Under the membrane. I don't know. It's some song. But let's get your animal totem. Insane in the membrane. That's what it is, yeah. It's making you insane in the membrane. So let it go. The rabbit. See, there's a lot of fertility and abundance that's been building up, waiting for you to stop going in the wrong direction and tune into your true soul's calling. You have, what is Esther Hicks calls it, something, Abraham calls it, I forget what she calls it, but it's like you have this account, like a bank account, and it's full of all this wondrous stuff, but you're not tapping into it because you're trying to go in this other direction. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments. If you know and leave it in the comments, please say from the Sagittarius reading, because otherwise it's too much to go back and watch all 12 signs again. Okay. Rabbits, great card. Sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble. Sensitive, artistic. There you go. Same thing as Page of Cups. Clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future. Heightened libido and procreation. Yeah, it's definitely a card of having a lot of sex. It can be. Although there's not a lot else to indicate that, but that could just be bonus. Or maybe if you're really frustrated, maybe you need to have some more sex to get rid of that frustration. Okay, let's take a look at the lots of love for February for our Sagittarius. It says casual. Well, you know, so it could be maybe casual sex for some, and not for everybody, but if that's something, you know, maybe that's for you. But the other thing I was going to say is, don't be so serious. Take a casual approach. Take what they said in casual, you know. They gave you the best advice for where they were at that time. It's a different time now. Okay, they came from a different time too, I'm feeling. Okay, next. It says agreed. So something's a yes. You're agreed. It's going to move forward for you. Finally, your lots of proverbs. Lots of proverbs. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, you know, you could take that as it resonates. The only thing, I mean, it did fall right under this Five of Swords here. Oops, it did fall right under the Five of Swords here. So, you know, there's that. So if there is some adversary, maybe they're going to fall. But I don't feel like you need to keep up the good fight against them. I feel like it's time to move on. That cycle is over. It's time to move on. And if it is one of these things, if this is somebody, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, leave it to the universe. It's not up to you to take them down. You know, it's the, you know, that's, it could be saying, you know, don't worry, you know, this is a card of, you know, karmic retribution also. So it could be like, well, what goes around comes around. They're going to get theirs, but it's not up to you to make it happen. It's up to you to live your best life and align with your soul's purpose. And the universe's job to take care of all the other stuff, okay? All right, well, happy Valentine's Day, Sagittarius. I hope you have a wonderful day if you're into that and you celebrate it. Also, if you want to get in on the Aries Ingress reading, it's a limited time. It's the eclipses also. And also anything of me, if you want readings, books, decks, you want to check out anything, please go to my website. Do not be fooled by these imposters on social media. They are not me. I will never be messaging you on social media, giving away readings or anything like that, okay? All right, have a great month, and now we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your February of 2025 Psychic Tarot reading. This is for Capricorn Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent placements in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, let's get our cards shuffling for the month of February for Capricorn Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody with prominent placements in the sign of Capricorn. First card out, Five of Swords. Boy, has that card been out today. And then the Judgment card, and that came out on the cut. That was in Sagittarius's reading in the same spot, but that came out on the cut. Ooh, and the Tower. All right, let's get to the next three for Capricorn. Get some clarity on this. What's this all about, Elfie? What's it all about, Elfie? Chariot, High Priestess, and Three of Pentacles. Okay. Well, you're another one. This has been kind of coming up. The theme that's been kind of running through a lot of the readings is that, you know, something is impenetrable. It's a dead end. Five of Swords is a dead end. You're not going to get through it. Tower, it's culminating. It's ending. The Judgment card says, you know, the cycle has been complete. This could still even be leftover stuff from back with the Pluto thing, because that's the big cycle that's completed for our Capricorns, is that Pluto's no longer in your sign. So, you know, sometimes Pluto, maybe you're still dealing with the stuff from then, because this Tower and Pluto are very similar energies. But, you know, maybe something came to an end. Maybe you weren't prepared for it, Capricorn. Maybe you didn't want it to come to an end. Maybe it came to an end in a way that you weren't anticipating. You know, maybe, you know, it kind of, you said, because sometimes you can be kind of straightforward and not really, you know, well, you get that rep. I mean, I'm a Capricorn too, and don't take it the wrong way. But we have this rep, you know, sometimes we say what we mean, and like emotion, this is business, and that's not personal. You know, that's there was probably a Capricorn who originated that phrase. It's business, it's not personal. So maybe it was business, not personal, but Tower, there's all this stuff, you know, it ends up being all this stuff that happens afterwards. But follow the horn. We always look at the Judgment card. Where does the horn lead? It's leading down to a much calmer, peaceful situation. This had to end. This was never going to work out. It was never going to work out. It was never going to be right. So now, Chariot, the highest card in the deck, the highest success card in the deck, I should say. Chariot is rising from the ashes. Tower can be the ashes, for sure. Chariot is that phoenix rising from the ashes. High Priestess, this is tuning into your intuition. You weren't wrong. Even though whatever this big change is, this transition, maybe is causing a lot of upheaval, and, you know, it's not going as smoothly as you may have hoped, or it's just a lot of upheaval and a lot of kind of crazy stuff going on, it's okay, all right? It's okay. It's going to work out. It's going to smooth out. The High Priestess energy is bringing that calm, that centered. It's tuning into your higher guidance is definitely with you, with the horn pointing, the angelic card here, and then the pointing down right at the High Priestess. You're building new. You're rebuilding. Whatever was destroyed is rebuilding. And for some, I didn't even think of this. This could have been, you know, some of the devastation like we're going through with the California fires. It could be something like that, or there was some big earthquakes. You know, there's always things like this happening that just are happening in the world, and then you're rebuilding. But it's the calm. This feels so much. The High Priestess in particular feels like the calm after the storm. Okay, there's been some big upheaval in your life. There's been some, perhaps even a disaster like the fires. You know, if you were caught, my heart goes out to you if you were caught in that. Luckily, I have some friends out there, of course, and they're all fine. Everybody was fine, but I know many people were not fine. So, you know, it could be like that, but you're rebuilding. It might not be that. It could just be in your life. Maybe some big, you know, you realized that it was the end of the road. This wasn't working. You called it a day. We're calling it a day. And it could even be like a divorce or a relationship breaking out. But then it's like, now we're rebuilding. Now things are getting better. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to get our animal totem for our Capricorn friends for the month of February. Ooh, dragonflies, so cool. Dragonfly is the coolest of the cool, baby. Dragonfly is magic. It's being in other realms. It's transformation. It's transforming your life. It's calling in of this higher dimensional energy, this higher dimensional beings. It's healing. I told this story before, but I had cancer years ago. Well, I've had it actually a couple times, but I had breast cancer back in the early 2000s, over 20 years ago. And all I did every day, I was with my partner. I said, I want to go to the lake. I want to go to the lake. I want to go to the lake. You know, that's all I wanted to do every day. I want to go to the lake. And I was going through the regular medical stuff too, you know, for the doctors. But then one day we were sitting at the lake, and the guy that I was with at the time, he was not into this stuff at all. He didn't really believe in animal totems. He kind of blew me off on all that stuff. I was enveloped by this swarm of dragonflies, and they were just, I could hear them like they were this close to my head, but none of them touched me or hurt me or hit me. And his jaw just dropped. He was like, oh my God, what is going on? This swarm of dragonflies came around, and then I felt like they were eating up all the extra stuff in my aura. I drew a picture of it somewhere. It's in one of my books. But it's like they were just cleansing the last bits of stuff out of my aura, you know. And then it's in one of my books too. I go way into. I have many lifetimes a connection to the dragonflies, but I feel like those dragonflies healed me. I mean, other things I was doing was healing me too, but they came in and just did that last bit of healing, got rid of that last bit of gunk and particles that were still out there in my field, and they just got rid of them. And I was laughing. I mean, under another circumstance, it might be kind of scary, you know. It's like the locust descending on you or something. But I knew I was laughing. I mean, I feel like that's why I was like, we got to go to the lake. We got to go to the lake. And I was kind of out of touch with my spirituality at that time, actually, because I was running the bar and I had to really close down I couldn't have my field wide open because of all the chaos, you know, drunk people and crazy stuff goes on. And if you ever worked in a bar or ran a bar, it's a 24-hour a day job. You don't have a lot of time to, you know, I had to keep my eye on the ball with that. So I was not really doing a lot of my spiritual practice for those. It was only about 5 years that I was doing that. It was during that time. And whatever they did, it worked. I'm 20 years, still healed, you know. So I'm feeling the healing. So they are magical beings. So having the dragonfly, if you've gone through some big trauma in your life, having that dragonfly energy that's welcome it, okay? Inhabiting two worlds at once, air and fire, day and night, multidimensional travelers bringing healing and light, protectors of the realms, lifting the veil of consciousness. Yeah, the High Priestess is also very much associated with that veil of consciousness. Okay, let's get your animal totem. I mean, not animal totems. Your lots of love. Capricorn. Loyal. Yeah, loyalty is good. Being loyal to yourself. Because when these kind of things happen, I know I'm not talking about the fires and stuff, but if this is just some other thing in your life, you weren't being loyal to yourself. That's what it was. But you could also be attracting people that are loyal. That's important to Capricorns. I do know that. It says definitely. So that's a big yes for our Caps. And then the last thing is going to be our lots of proverb for Capricorn. We've got out of sight, out of mind. Well, you know, out of sight, out of mind is like don't think of it. You know, if you are going through some turmoil, constantly thinking about it, how you got hurt or what went wrong or how bad it was, that's not a good way to, you know, that's not great. That's not great energy for manifesting your next chapter, for being that phoenix rising from the ashes. So don't keep bringing it into your mind and thinking about it, but also out of sight, out of mind. Sometimes that can have the connotation of just being sort of, well, I'm going to stick my hand, I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to, you know, stick it in a drawer and not look at it. So it's like you have to face the reality, but you don't have to dwell on the negative part of it. You know, stay hopeful and stay positive, okay? All right, Caps, well, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great month and a wonderful Valentine's Day. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. If you want to get on the Aries Ingress reading or anything else that I offer, including these decks and different things, you've got to head to my website because there are so many imposters out there. This is the only way that you can reach me. Anybody else on social media, that's all BS, all right? They're just liars, okay? All right, next we're going to move on to the sign of Aquarius. I see a quick sip of water. Cleanse my palate. And let's get rolling into Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Well, happy birthday to all you Aquariuses who are February. It's probably a good majority, I'm thinking. This is your powerful time. Your solar return, your birthday is your most powerful time of the year. It's your personal new year. It's a time of a reset. It's a time to create your reality for the upcoming year. And it is your most powerful time of the year, as I said. So don't forget to do your manifestations, make your list, get your things ready, create the reality, set your intention, and create the reality for the upcoming year. Let's get our first 3 cards for Aquarius. We have the 3 of Rods, your ships are coming in. Next we have the 2 of Swords, making a decision. And next we have the 5 of Swords again. Come on with the 5 of Swords. That card has been out so much. Okay, next we're going to do 3 more cards for the Aquariuses. Let's see here. We've got the 3 of Pentacles, the Sun card, nice, and then finally the Queen of Cups. Well, the Sun card, I think, it's a great card all the way around. There's nothing, the Sun card is so beautiful. It means, you know, you're shining, you're glowing, you're happy, you're joyous. The Sun also rules over Leo, so it could be something around the Leo full moon on the 12th here that is very significant. But the Sun is your solar return. That's what I was just talking about. Your birthday is when the Sun, this piece of paper keeps getting in the way, when the Sun goes all the way around, oh, you're not Leo, you're Aquarius, goes all the way around and comes back to its origin. Well, your origin, okay? So that's what your birthday is, and that's what your solar return is. It's the Sun returning home to check in, and you're going to be making some big decisions. This card has been out a lot, so we all, I think this is kind of a collective message, we all need to stop beating that dead horse. The 5 of Swords says you can go no further on a certain path. This is the best time ever to, if you've been beating your head against the wall, if you've been coming up against a brick wall, there's no time better than right now with the solar return energy to get that thing going that you want to go. Make that decision to take a different path. Start building your future. Start building your new reality. Start from the ground up if you have to. 3 of Rods, you will see success. Your ships are coming in. You're on the right track. If you follow that Sun, if you follow that thing that lights you up, that brightens your day, that gives you that glow up, makes you glow, like the Sun illuminates you, then you will have the success. 3, you're going to be building the foundations for it. So it's a newer phase. But we're in a new phase. You have that birthday time. You have that solar return. That is the new phase, okay? The Queen of Cups energy, this is somebody who perhaps is standing by your side, who might be a water energy, a Scorpio, a Cancer, Pisces. But it could also talk about as the Sun moves into water after you, the Sun on the 18th is going to move into the water sign of Pisces. So it could also be talking about the decisions you're making right around the time of your solar return during your birthday time. You're going to see them really start to manifest as we move a little forward towards the end of the month. You're going to start to see your ships are coming in. And there could also be, for some, an actual person, a Queen of Cups energies, perhaps somebody who's very kind, loving, giving, empathic, supportive, you know, guiding you. Could even be a spirit guide, I feel, for some people. You know, that could be helping you and standing by your side along the way. Okay, next let's go ahead and get our animal totem for the month of February. Got the bee. That's that, making that bee. This could be a love interest too. This could be somebody who really lights you up now that we have the bee here, because the bee is very much like, you know, the birds and the bees, and they're propagating those flowers or pollinating those flowers. You know, you might be getting your flower pollinated or something along those lines. Let's read it here. Okay, fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation, strong connection to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, tasting the sweet nectar of life. Yeah, that's what you really want to do on these things here. When you have these big events, these big solar returns, I mean, you do have the power of Pluto in your sign. It's going to be for the next 20 years. So, 19 years, you know, whatever, 20-ish. You know, so you can transform your life into whatever you want to. And at the time of your solar return, there's nothing more powerful. You're building your new reality. You're building your new foundations. And you have powerful energy to work with to do so. All right, let's go ahead and get your lots of love. We've got reunite. It's funny that said family and this said reunite. Maybe this is a family member that you're going to reunite with or go visit or talk to. Talk to them maybe even if they're already in spirit, because it's this very much to me has this strong grandmother kind of vibe, grandmother energy, you know, mother, grandmother, nurturer. Okay, next let's get your next one. It says uncertain. So nothing's for certain. You're the powerful creator. You're the manifester. You're the master manifester, Aquarius. What else we got? Be yourself because everybody else is taken. Well, that's one of the best ones. I love that one. And that is so true. You know, just be yourself. Whatever this is, you weren't being yourself. If you have to fight to try to fit in, or if it's just this constant stress, banging your head against the wall, not getting anywhere, trying to force that square peg in the round hole, that's because it's not for you. You know, it doesn't mean work harder. It means try something else, okay? And there's never been a better time with Pluto in your sign and then having your solar return to try something else. But, I mean, usually Aquarius is you're always up for that, trying something else. You know, you're cool with that. That's what you're all about. You know, you're all about trying what's different and being different and not being so... You know, you're not one to follow the crowd for sure. You definitely march to the beat of your own drummer, Aquarius is, okay? All right, well, thanks for tuning in. And don't forget about the year, not the year ahead, the Aries Ingress, which is the astrological year ahead, if you want to get in on that. Eclipses will be discussed, and the Aries Ingress as well. So you kind of, it's like a little bit of a bonus with the eclipses being in there. Again, have a great birthday. And next, we're going to move on to the sign of Pisces. Well, happy birthday to you as well, Pisces. Not only it could be your birthday month if you're a February Pisces, but the other thing is, it's definitely your new moon. You're going to have your new moon. You get one new moon and you get one full moon every year. And this is going to be your new moon on the 27th. It's going to be in your sign. And so the time of your birthday, but also your new moon, is a very powerful time for creation and manifestation and really making things happen. So like I was telling to Aquarius, let's start getting our manifestation list together. Let's not focus on what we don't want. Let's try to focus on what we actually do want, okay? Next we're going to do 3 more cards. The first 3 cards, you have 2 double threes. 3 of rods, 3 of pentacles, 4 of cups. 3 more cards for the bottom for our Pisces friends. Wasn't there something else that was happening with you? Well, you know, you do have the nodes in your sign. You know, that's the thing. If you wanted to order the Aries Ingress, we're going to look at the nodes too and the eclipses. That's going to be part of it. And you have the nodes in your sign, so more than ever, you're really being pulled. This is the first time you've had the North Node in your sign for like 19 years. So it's powerful. This is the first time you've had the North Node in your sign and Saturn in your sign in I don't know how many years, many, many years. But I will give you some of the dates of this North Node thing for yourself. So let's see. 2025. These are the years that before that we had, this is the time frames when we had the North Node in Pisces before. June of 2006 to December of 2007. December of 87 through May of 89, and then April of 69 through November of 70. So remember those dates because, and think back to those dates. You know, what was going on in your life? What was the universe trying to show you? Because with the North Node in your sign, the universe is totally trying to show you something. You're really getting a strong pull towards your highest soul's calling. That's what the North Node really is. Okay, let's go ahead and get 3 cards for Pisces for the bottom row. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so we're dealing with some people here. I like these 3s in the top a lot. You know, the 3 of Rods says your ships are coming in, so you're going to have the success. You can see the success on the horizon. You can see the way to go. You're getting offers and you're getting messages from Spirit. Ideas are popping in. Ideas are popping in that are very viable. My guys are coming through so strong with the word viable. And that's another gift of what's happening now with the astrology. is that Saturn is in your sign. Saturn is never going to get behind something that's not viable. A lot of people don't like Saturn. They say, oh, Saturn's a downer, it's going to halt your plans. No, it's going to give you it's going to be great foundational. It's just not getting behind anything viable. During this time frame, especially I want to say on that new moon of yours, these ideas are really going to be coming. And these are things that you can build for your future. Building blocks for the future. And that's something that Saturn will bring into your life as well, because it grows bones and structure, okay? So you're structuring out and laying the foundations. These are foundational cards for what's to come over the next maybe 18, 19 years in some cases. Seven of Pentacles, you're thinking about, what am I going to do about the money? Yeah, it's great, I want to build this thing, how am I going to get the money? Well, the Queen of Pentacles seems to have the solution. Maybe she has a solution, she's just, because this thing on top reminds me of the Mercury energy. So maybe she's just got information for you, or news for you, that's going to be this, you know, and this duck or swan, this bird is really standing out to me on this card too. Down here, can you see that? Let me pick it up here. There's like a neck of a duck. I guess it's a duck, or it's a golden swan or something. Or goose. Maybe it's a goose, huh? The goose that laid the golden egg. But anyways, you're real focused on the money part of it. The Queen of Pentacles is going to help the situation out. Whether she offers solutions, or maybe she's somebody that says, hey, I want to come work for me? I've got a job for you. Or you want to partner up? Let's work together, you know. Whatever the case, she seems to be very favorable and very positive in helping you solve any kind of money problems that you may have. In some cases, maybe she's even like a loan officer at a bank or somebody that's going to help with financing or something like that. Page of Swords, news coming with air energy. Now, I'm not exactly sure. Do we have any air energy? Nothing is grabbing me other than we will be in the sign of Aquarius, which is air, up until the 18th. When we move into your sign. So this news could come prior to the 18th, the first few weeks of the month. News coming. I feel it's communication from her, because with that thing on her head that it really is grabbing me so strong, and it reminds me of Mercury with the, or Hermes or Mercury with the, you know, the wings on its boots, and on the communication kind of a thing. So there is some news coming. This person definitely has a viable solution. The word viable, they just want me to say that so strong. Viable, viable. I've said it, all right? I've said it, viable. But it really is a strong, viable solution. Okay, let's go ahead and get the animal totem for Pisces. Don't forget about your new moon on the 27th, most powerful day of the month. Unless you have your birthday, but then both would be. Let's go ahead and get your animal totem. The armadillo. This doesn't come out very often, the armadillo. We don't see that card too often. A lot of it is about protection and shielding because they wear that armor on their body. But let's go ahead and read more. Okay. Self-protection, shielding, and retreat. Dig deep. Connection to the subconscious. Fill your lungs with good fresh air to aid in buoyancy of your plans. Yeah. So it's interesting, too, that this is air energy, and I kept wanting to associate the Queen of Pentacles with the air energy. So maybe some breath work could be really, really powerful for you right now. Maybe it's Kundalini breath work, or maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's just yoga breath, other kind of yoga breath, or maybe, you know, it's, you know, whatever makes sense to you. But make sure you're doing your breath work along with this. And, you know, this may be sort of an incubation period, I want to say, with that armadillo. You may want to just not run your mouth to everybody. But Pisces, you don't do that anyway, not usually. You're pretty solemn and spiritual anyway. But, you know, let's just keep it to ourselves, and to not let the energy dissipate, especially around that new moon, okay? All right, next we're going to do our lots of love. It says timing. Timing is everything. That's what the guide said. And next we're going to get the timing. Well, the timing would be your new moon, too. Big time. All right, let's see here. Seemingly, so it looks good for the most part. Seems like everything's going to go well. And then third card is going to be, not third card, third lot of, not lots of answer, lots of proverbs. Don't cry over spilled milk. Yeah, this isn't a time to go backwards. Sometimes Saturn, you know, when Saturn comes through, I mean, I always try to, you know, not jump on the let's dump on Saturn bandwagon. But Saturn can beat you up a little bit. You know, and Saturn's been in your sign for a couple of years already, I think. It's, you know, it's midway through. And, you know, Saturn can kick your butt. It really can. But whatever has been lost, or you've seemingly been lost, it's only making room for something that's viable again. Here comes the viable. You know, it's only making room for something that's strong, stable, secure. That's what Saturn wants to give you, Saturn. And Saturn rules over Capricorn, earth sign energy too. So that can tie back into this person. I do feel like they have some good solutions for whatever the catch might be. And this would be, while the sun is in your sign and that new moon sign, new moon time frame, you know, timing, it's a good time to approach people for that. They're more likely to see things your way, or be more cooperative, or go along with you, etc., etc. All right, well, one more time with the happy birthday, Pisces. I thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to get your, well, check your rising and moon, but also get your intentions ready at this powerful time of your new moon and solar return. If you want to get in on those readings, I will be, it's the Aries Ingress reading, which is the Astrology New Year, but I will be discussing the eclipses. And you're definitely in the mix on that because the nodes are in your sign now, okay? All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much. I hope you have a wonderful February, and I'll be back again soon with another reading. Till then, take care.